The Cadillac Escalade has long served as the brand's flagship, its huge size and aggressive looks broadcasting its extroverted red-blooded American take on luxury. Despite being based on the same underpinnings as the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban and the GMC Yukon, the Escalade makes a solid case as a competitor to other large luxury SUVs like the Lincoln Navigator, Jeep Grand Wagoneer and Mercedes-Benz GLS class. That's because the big Caddy features the brand's most advanced technology and most luxurious features. Its cabin is lined with wood, leather, designer fabrics and satin finished metals. A large curved display sweeps across the dashboard, serving as both a gauge cluster and an infotainment center. A host of driver assistance features are available, including Cadillac's excellent Super Cruise system, which combines adaptive cruise control with a hands-free driving mode. Buyers can choose from a strong 6.2-liter gasoline V8 or a diesel-powered inline 6, and this year Cadillac adds a wild high-performance V-Series model with mega horsepower to the Escalade lineup. Time will tell if the new hyper Escalade is an elephant that can dance, but given the brilliant athleticism of Cadillac's recent Blackwing-powered sedans color us hopeful. Cadillac has done a fine job hiding just how big and heavy the Escalade really is. The Escalade's 6.2-liter V8 might not send it to 60 miles per hour as quickly as some rival SUVs, but it's potent enough. On-ramps and highway passing are no issue, and the V8 sounds pretty good too. The transmission occasionally has some abrupt shifts, and we wish the shift paddles worked in drive and not just low, but it's mostly smooth and smart enough to be in the right gear most of the time. As you might expect, the Escalade's interior is vast and spacious. All three rows are large enough for adults, and the wide doors and accessible grab handles make getting in and out simple if a bit of a climb. The seating position is high and truck-like, which is either good or bad depending on your preference. Outward visibility isn't great, but the exterior camera system makes parking relatively easy. Most of the controls are easy to understand, but some are ill-placed and hard to see. The climate control settings are difficult to see at night because the toggles that control things aren't illuminated, and we frequently hit the wrong button trying to adjust the temperature. The Escalade's cargo area is massive, the space is wide and open, and while the liftover is on the high side, the adaptive air suspension can lower the Escalade when parked to help when you're loading items. Storage for small items is good, with plenty of pockets and bins for things such as sunglasses and hand sanitizer bottles. There's an optional chilled center console. The Escalade's tow rating is 8,200 pounds in the right configuration, and when properly equipped, that's certainly sufficient for a small or medium-sized trailer. Installing a child seat in the rear should be relatively simple. The doors open wide, the anchors are reasonably accessible, and there's plenty of space for a rear-facing seat. The high seats may make getting in a bit of a climb. Cadillac's biggest SUV is powered by a standard 6.2-liter V8 engine that makes 420 horsepower, and can deactivate half of its cylinders when cruising to save fuel. A 3.0-liter diesel inline 6 is also available. A 10-speed automatic transmission is standard with both engines, and buyers can choose from rear or all-wheel drive setups. As with its siblings, the current generation Chevrolet Tahoe and Suburban and GMC Yukon, the Escalade rides on an independent rear suspension that provides additional third-row legroom, which was compromised in the previous solid rear axle model. Higher-end trims also offer an air suspension with adaptive dampers. At our test track, the long-wheelbase Escalade ESV with the V8 engine sprinted to 60 miles per hour in just 5.9 seconds. The 277 horsepower diesel engine doesn't deliver nearly the straight-line performance of the standard V8, but for some buyers that compromise is worth the improved fuel economy and punchy 460 pound-feet of low-end torque. For those Escalade fans with a need for speed, only the V will do. It's powered by a beastly supercharged 6.2-liter V8 making 682 horsepower, which proved to be enough power to blast the big SUV to 60 miles per hour in just 4.3 seconds at our test track. During our initial test drive, We were impressed with the V8's power and its baritone burble. The modifications to the SUV's suspension make it handle better than the standard SUV, but the Escalade still doesn't feel as nimble as rivals such as the Mercedes-AMG GLS 63 or the BMW Alpina XB7. Rear-wheel drive Escalades are rated at 15 miles per gallon city, 20 miles per gallon highway, and 17 miles per gallon combined. Adding all-wheel drive drops each of those numbers by 1 mile per gallon. The performance-oriented V model is far less efficient, earning EPA ratings of 11 miles per gallon city and 16 miles per gallon highway. Opting for the turbo diesel engine makes a big difference, with EPA estimates as high as 21 miles per gallon city and 27 miles per gallon highway. On our 75 miles per hour highway fuel economy test route, an all-wheel drive Escalade with the optional diesel engine returned 26 miles per gallon.